Alright, first game is Pilgrammed. Combat in this game is actually pretty good because the parry system in this game is very responsive. This game also has a decent amount of content, like quite a bit actually. It also has some really cool areas like the Catacombs, Cloud City, and more. It also has a lot of really cool bosses like Granny, the Patras, and a lot more. There's also a bunch of weapons in this game. There's a bunch of outfits and armors that you can wear that like you can make builds with, which is actually really cool. One of the bad things about this game is that it didn't update for a very long time, but quality over quantity, yeah. Progression in this game is actually quite good actually, yeah. Yeah, this game has a lot of weird and cool things, so yeah, definitely check it out. My final rating for this game would be A tier. Next game I'm going to be talking about is Arcane Odessey. The combat in this game is mostly just spamming magic, so it's quite a bit different from the rest of the games. A lot of them are just like, you just spam click and you just slowly punch them. This game's blocking system is a little bit different. It's kind of like, you have to time it perfectly because it has a little bit of a wind up. That being said though, the game's graphics are absolutely beautiful, and like, the bosses in this game are really hard. Like probably one of the hardest bosses I've ever seen on Roblox. They usually take me like 1 or 2 hours to actually beat, so if you want a challenge, yeah, it's good. This game's story is also really good. I barely even read most of the things in the game, but I feel like the story is really good in this game. There's also a lot of magics in this game, so there's a lot of selection on what you want. My final rating for this game, also because it doesn't update that much, is A tier. I would probably put it S tier if it updated more, but it's really hard to constantly update it, so I get it. Now we're gonna talk about a game that I never played on my channel once, but I played it out of the side of my channel. A game called Deepwoken. This game has really good combat system because you get the parry before the attack, and the parrying is actually extremely responsive in this game. Like, yeah, it's not really like a one combo in this game. It's more of a keep parrying and parry trading, like PvP. But one of the things I mainly like about this game is the enemies and the bosses. The enemies are really cool. Like you never see this kind of things. Like, okay, like what is this? This literally looks like a real game that would be made like Elden Ring or something. And like, what is this? Like you can't tell me that's not like from a real game and not like a Roblox game. And you don't even gotta worry about the bosses because the bosses are absolutely insane in this game. There's also a lot of different builds you can play in this game because there's like heavy, light, medium weapon, and then there's also a bunch of mantras which are basically like magic. There's also a bunch of like armor that you can wear to give you buffs for your certain builds. So yeah, this game also updates frequently, so that's also a plus. The only thing I would say that's really bad about this game is the community, because they'll kill you on sight if you see either you're like a freshie or something. Not always, but sometimes. This game also has like crews or guilds, whatever you want to call it. Overall, I'll give this game S tier. And let's continue. No glaze. Also, if you don't think it's S tier somehow, just look at this, bro. Yeah, I'm not gonna show you guys the whole trailer, but next thing I'm gonna be talking about is Voxlblade. So I play this game a lot, and I quite like this game actually because there's a really unique style with the pixelization with every mob basically. So it's quite different. I will say this game has some issues in PvP because the only way to not take damage in this game is to block. And when you're blocking, you get hit, you still take damage, but eventually you'll die. And also whenever you die, you lose a little bit of XP, so that's kind of cool. I will say this game is really unique with how they make it builds. It's like you customize your sword. Like what other game does that, bro? Like what? This game recently fixed a lot of the issues with like the quests and stuff. This game also has a lot of just running around because you have to run really far to get out some of the quests. There is mounts, but it still takes a long time to get there. This game has things called void rifts, which basically just spawns a lot of enemies on you, and you need to finish them to continue the story. Basically, they're actually quite challenging even if you're the recommended level, so I suggest doing it with a friend. But the reason I say this is because you can get stuck on a void rift for quite a bit if you have no one to play with. Also, this game has some quests that are just like level up, go around the world, 5 quests, level up, and in order to level up you have to walk for a very long time to find those quests. So yeah, my final rating for this game would probably be a B tier just because these problems. It doesn't mean it's a bad game, it's still a really good game, but B tier. Now is the game that I recently played, Derelict. So far this game has been really good because they had like custom voice lines, like real people talking. The bosses in this game are actually really cool, and the models are like, on the armor, it's very good. The combat, you have to be very precise with your parrying in this game, or you're basically gonna get one shot like this. I'm dashing! This game's graphics is very good, so if you have a low NPC, it probably won't work. Or you'll probably lag a lot or something. This game isn't really beginner friendly, so you definitely have to watch the tutorial on what to do, because when I first played the game for 10 minutes, didn't know what to do at all, just walking around. No clue. But at least the running in this game is pretty fast, and the place where you need to go is actually not that far away. So you also have to take into accountability that this game is still in alpha, so of course there's gonna be bugs or anything. I didn't get any bugs when I played it, but yeah. This game's combat is kind of complex, so I don't really want to explain it. You just have to try it for yourself. Yeah. I don't know too much about this game because I didn't play it enough yet, but For my understanding so far, A tier. The next game I'll be talking about is Bloxtales. Bloxtales is quite different from your normal RPG game. It's kind of like you don't really fight until you run into someone, like kind of how Pokemon does it. This game is basically like mini games to like dodge attacks and hit attacks, so it's quite different from your normal block and parry. This game has an insanely good soundtrack, and there's quite good bosses in this game. I'll be honest, the bosses are really cool. Overall, I'll rate this game an A tier because I quite like this game. Next is a game called Vesteria. Okay, I tried to record a Roblox video on this game, but it was too slow. I could not record a video on this game. It was very slow. I know this game is really outdated, but I'm still gonna rate it because I don't care. It's still one of the biggest RPG games on Roblox. Okay, first of all, this game is extremely slow for no reason. I don't know why, and it's worse than a bandit beater. You don't even beat bandits. You just put quest, go back to the guy, put quest, go back to the guy, and sometimes you get bandit beater quest. Yeah, it's cool. This game's combat is extremely terrible. It's just a click. You can't really do anything. There's no dodge, parry, run around, not get hit by it. You just take the damage, and they take the damage at the same time. You just outlast them because you have more health. This game has a lot of potential. I see this game, if they like fix some of the mechanics, it could be really good, and it's quite unique from the average Roblox bandit beater. But as of right now, this game is up C tier. Wow, this is a good game right here. I may have missed some RPG games, but I did most of the ones that are like decently popular. I think my ratings were pretty fair with these games. So if you have any disagrees, let me know in the comments below. Like and subscribe, and yeah, that's the end of the video. Yeah, bye. But you might as well subscribe if you made it this far. Like.